Previously on My Little Pony Meets the WWE, after apologizing to Triple H from attacking him last time in the first episode, the main seven got to know some of the WWE superstars as they met them, and as we told you last time on the previous episode, in the end, today's the day. Today's episode is where the main seven gets to meet and know the Shield. I'm Dean Ambrose. Seth Rollins here. Roman Reigns. And we are the Shield. Wow, that is really awesome, even though we already knew you guys were the Shield, but anyway. You said that today you're going to tell us the story of how you guys became a team and all that. So tell us the story.
Yeah, come on! I bet it would be awesome!
Well, you see guys, it all started with me, Ambrose, and Reigns. We were all actually members of NXT. So we were all on our own for the first time then. I was actually the first man to hold the NXT Championship when it came out then. And back then, Roman Reigns was known as Funaki, whatever. That was actually part of one of his real names. But anyway, we were once NXT characters. A little bit later on, after I lost the NXT title and all that, pretty much a little bit later on, I guess we formed a team, and so we made our debut at Survivor Series in 2012, where we attacked Ryback during the Triple Threat WWE Championship match against him, CM Punk, and John Cena. And we wiped him out, and we did all that, and then we started getting our new outfits right here. As you said, we were actually looking like security first, but then we got our outfits, as you said. And then it all started, as we said, and then we became a team. Pretty much we were hated at first. Nobody really liked us, because we were actually bad guys. But as we formed then, we did all that. We took out several WWE superstars. We took out three-man band: John Cena, Sheamus, Ryback, Daniel Bryan, Kane, The Undertaker. We took out many of them guys. We dominated. We actually remained undefeated for the first time when we held as a team. Even managed to keep it safe after defeating The Big Show, Sheamus, and Randy Orton at WrestleMania for our first WrestleMania. Until we were finally beaten one time on SmackDown or Raw, I can't remember. But we still managed to continue though. And later on, a little bit in 2014, when the corporate Kane forced Jerry the King Lawler at ringside on commentary to get into the ring, we had us as guards. Well, we told Jerry that we do what's best for business as we turned face and became good guys as we attacked Kane and all that. Until later on Raw, he came for revenge as he attacked me, and he had help from the New Age Outlaws, Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. And so then we would have our second WrestleMania against the New Age Outlaws and Kane, which was actually a tremendous victory. We only won like 5 minutes. And then sooner or later, after when Daniel Bryan finally became WWE Worldwide Champion against the Authority, they were hoping to get payback as Triple H was looking to take the title away from him on Raw, but we stopped him. As we came in and attacked the Authority. We wiped them out and did all that. And then so the Authority would have issues with us, as later on Raw, it would be the reunion of the Evolution, Triple H, Batista, and Randy Orton. And there was actually a fourth member, that was Ric Flair, but of course he couldn't join because he was already retired. He was forced to retire when he was beaten by Shawn Michaels a long time ago, Triple H's best buddy. And so us and the Evolution had quite a rivalry then. We beat them at Extreme Rules and then later on at Payback. But until later on Raw, the Shield imploded. As somehow Triple H... Yeah, it all started as Triple H got to Seth Rollins over here. He got to his head and made him join the Authority, and as he attacked me and Roman Reigns with a steel chair from behind. And so Rollins would turn his back on us on betrayal and join the Authority. And then me and Roman Reigns, we would just be on our own. But we're over with that because Rollins over here ain't like that anymore. But that was quite a rivalry. Ambrose actually had issues with him. But I still followed suit with him even though the Shield stopped after them. And so we came as individuals again in WWE. We did everything. I won the Royal Rumble match in 2015. I actually almost won it in 2014, but I was eliminated by Batista. And so I won the Rumble match in 2015, have a chance to face Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Championship at WrestleMania. I was probably looking to pick up the win that night until Seth Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank contract, which he won in 2014 on me. And then he would help the Authority defend the title. I remember last time we had issues as we were all looking to become champion. And then sooner or later we would have a reunion at Payback where we all teamed up. It was a fatal four-way match for the championship. We triple powerbomb Randy Orton. Or at least Rollins thought we would reunite, but of course me and Ambrose, we attacked him. And as I said, I went through as champion for a while until finally I was injured. When I was looking to powerbomb Kane through a table one night on Raw, my leg snapped and it got bent, so I was injured and I had to get sent to the hospital immediately. And I was forced to relinquish the title. And then at Survivor Series and all that, we would determine who would be the new WWE World Champion. It came down to Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, and Reigns would be the one with the win, as he was the most dominant member of the team. And as I did, but until Sheamus, he cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on me that night, as Triple H was probably looking to make me join him. But I managed to fight my way out of it as Mr. McMahon returned on Raw one night, and I had to win the WWE title against Sheamus in order for me to keep my legacy safe, and I did that. As the Usos and Dean Ambrose, the Usos are my cousin and The Rock's cousins, as we celebrated. And all that. Later on, I was forced to defend my title in the 2016 Royal Rumble match, which eventually I would lose the title to Triple H in that returning match. And then at Fastlane, me and Ambrose and Lesnar had a triple threat match to determine who'd be number one contender. I fought my way into being number one contender. And then at WrestleMania, I pulled off an incredible victory against Triple H to win the title back. And then a couple of times at Extreme Rules and Payback, I beat AJ Styles after who returned in the 2016 Royal Rumble match, which he entered as number 3. But then sooner or later, I would return. The man Seth Rollins would finally come back. And then I would reclaim the title at Money in the Bank until Dean Ambrose, who actually won the Money in the Bank 2017 Money in the Bank contract that night, he would cash it in on me and become champion. Then at Battleground, all 3 members of the Shield, that's us, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns, we would all be in a triple threat match to determine WWE Championship. If me or Reigns won the title, we would have it on Raw, but if Dean Ambrose won, which he was already champion, but he was the only hope to bring it to SmackDown, which Ambrose actually did, after Reigns speared me and Ambrose hit Dirty Deeds and put out Reigns. But the legacy was not over yet, though. Later on, I would have a battle against a former NXT champion guy named Finn Balor to determine who would become the first ever Universal Top Champion at SummerSlam, which I lost again. But then after we were forced to relinquish it about 24 hours because of his arm injury, me, Roman Reigns, Big Cass, and Kevin Owens would determine a fatal 4-way match to determine who would. And it looked like I was going to pick up the win until Triple H came back and pedigreed me, which allowed Rollins to eliminate me. And then which many people thought that Triple H was helping out Seth Rollins, but then in a major shocker, like one of the most shocking turns ever, Triple H pedigreed Rollins and allowed Kevin Owens to win Universal Championship. Which Rollins was in complete shock. Even Stephanie McMahon, his wife, turned too. And so I kept trying to fight my way, trying to win the title at Clash of Champions and Hell in a Cell, which I still failed. But I did not give up. Legacy of Seth Rollins continued. I was originally supposed to be signed in the 2017 Royal Rumble match, but until a distraction from Triple H allowed Sami Zayn to take my spot. And I was really upset. But later on in that night, when there was NXT and going on, I stepped a foot and I asked Triple H to come out, and I got kicked out by security. And all that happened. And then later on, that night, things would not be over yet. At WrestleMania, I would finally get my hands on the game. to get revenge, in which I majorly won against Triple H. And all that. And that's also... And then later on, a couple nights on Raw, I debuted my new finisher, which it does not have a name yet, but it's a finisher where I knee my opponent in the face. My original finisher was the straight kick, which I used in NXT, and then I used the curve stomp, and then pedigree, and then this. My finisher was Dirty D, used to be the box cut or whatever in NXT, but then I changed it to Dirty D's, which there was actually one version of it, but then I changed it to a different kind. And then my finisher, well, I actually forgot what my finisher was in NXT, but I remember the finisher I use now is the spear. And then you want to get a taste of my signature, because it's the Superman punch. I have to believe, I think my signature is why I go to the ropes and I do a clothesline. My signature, I think it's why I toss somebody into the turnbuckle. But we dominated, though, back there when we were still together. And actually, to be honest, we had another reunion in 2016 at Survivor Series, where it was a 6-man tag team match with me and Reigns. It was me, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens, and Chris Jericho taking on Team SmackDown, Dean Ambrose, Shane McMahon, AJ Styles, Bray Wyatt, and Randy Orton. Later on, when Ambrose came back because of Styles eliminating him, he would get revenge on him and then got tossed out by security, and then me and Seth Rollins would decide to help out our Shield buddy, and then we helped him out by taking out AJ Styles, triple powering bombing him through the table, and which allowed Rollins to eliminate him. Of course, we lost that night, but we still tried at our very best, you know. And to be honest about me at WrestleMania, I actually took out The Undertaker and ended his career, which was very sad. In real life, to be honest. But I did all that. I did everything in my past. I started out as a tag team champion when me and Rollins won it back in 2013 Extreme Rules against Team Hell No, Kane and Daniel Bryan. Dean Ambrose also became United States champion that night. Then later on, I followed suit with the WWE title, and then later on, at Clash of Champions, I beat Rusev for the United States title. Yeah, so like I said, I started out as a United States champion, and then later on, I become Intercontinental champion after beating Kevin Owens at TLC in 2015. Or no, I think it was at Survivor Series, I believe. And then I become WWE Worldwide Champion, as I said, after cashing in on Rollins. And then I win back the Intercontinental title last time on SmackDown in an incredible match against The Miz. And we did all that. The Shield, whether we were together or not, we did everything in our path. And to be honest, if you're still concerned if Rollins has still been concerned about when he turned his back on us by smashing that, we're over with it. He actually helped me out a couple times on Raw by taking out Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho with me. Want to know what some of the best things I did is that the man Braun Strowman of Raw, who is the Path of Destruction, I whipped his sorry butt at Fastlane, which really shocked the world. And I did all that. And Fastlane, that was in 2017, by the way. And of course, he beat me at Payback just about a month ago, and that stuff for the win. And of course, he tried to hurt me again, but I managed to fight my way out of it and injured him. And at Backlash, The Miz is going to challenge me for the Intercontinental title. And pretty much at Payback, if you didn't know, I got revenge on Samoa Joe, which I'm thinking I might still have more rivalries with him at Payback. And if I do, I think I might seek to get revenge on Braun Strowman if it happens. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's the story of the Shield, you main 7. You wanted the Shield, you got the Shield. We've done everything in our path whether we were together or not. And we done everything just like that. We just got started, we've been there, and we did that. Believe that.
Wow, that was a really incredible story. It was awesome! It did sound kind of scary, but I loved it too.
I think we all loved it.
Yeehaw! You know I loved it, 'cause hey, that sounds like a pretty dominant team, alright. I bet you guys might be one of the greatest teams of all time.
You wanna know something, Applejack? I think we are.
Well, woo-wee! Probably you'd be like my kind of team I would want to join. Yeah, me too, but although we're already a team of ourselves, we're the main 7.
Yeah, you got that right, Pinky. We're already having a team ourselves, but hey, you could say that again.
Yeah, but hopefully maybe one day if we start getting into wrestling, maybe we could be a team. You know what, Rarity? That'd be a good idea. But anyway, thank you very much, Shield. It was really nice getting to know you. Well, we're gonna go back in and see how things are gonna go on SmackDown, and we'll see your match. Hopefully, maybe when we talk to you again. See you later.
It was a pleasure getting to know you, Pinkie Pie and the main 7. What do you say, guys? We do it again? Right. Sierra. Hotel. India. Echo. Lima. Delta. Shield!
You got that right. You're the Shield! Well, it was nice getting to meet you, Shield. Yeah, see you later. We'll always keep your memories in our head, and maybe someday we could talk again sometime. Later, Shield.
Which WWE superstar or superstars do you think the main 7 will meet next? Find out on the next episode of My Little Pony Meets the WWE.